right, YouTube, good morning. We got the Ford F-350 running after it's been sitting for about a year. Had all kinds of issues with it. Had rats eating the wires. We'll go over there and show you them. I got the wires all put together. It was the coil pack wires they ate of all wires. So we're hitting here at, can I get it? We got, what a crappy picture, 14.17. So what has happened? So the battery went dead after a week. I had to buy the Noco Genius 5 battery charger. It didn't work, so I went and bought a new battery. I put the battery in. I didn't check it with the voltmeter. My bad. All right, so what has happened is the battery light came on and it stayed on. I put a brand new battery in, started the truck, and in a minute the battery light came on, and then the battery died. Literally, the truck was running on the battery. So we got 284,000 and change on this truck. It's been running for a half hour now. The temperatures are all up, everything's happy, and the stupid battery light is not on. Wow, how did we fix this? I mean, I fixed it. This is why the truck's been sitting. Let's go look at them wires the rats ate. So, right there, they ate those wires. I had to replace those coil pack clip-ons. They ate a bunch more stuff too. But I increased their lead diet, so they are no longer around the truck. Let's go back over to the battery. All right, so what are we sitting at? 14.17. I'm happy. So here's what we did to diagnose the alternator. I charged the battery up for 4 days with the Noco Genius 5. I had 12.5, 12.6. It was good. I'd start the truck just the way it sits. A minute and a half, the battery light would come on. Battery would be wiped out between 5 and 10 minutes. Dead. Shuts the truck off. Well, you got to replace the alternator. That's $700. Ouch. Charged it back up. Came over to the alternator and I unplugged the free plug right there, the free wire plug, which is Ford's smart charging system. Took it out of the equation. Charged the battery, got it going. Came to the positive side, to the negative side, and I was getting 13.8. Came across just like this, 13.8. And we're at 14.17 still. So this alternator defuncts into a 13.8 standby if you take the smart charge off. So my alternator's working. Saved myself 750 bucks. I ran this for 3 days without the smart charging system in and without the Noco. 13.8 all day long in the battery. Truck ran for a half hour each day. So now the truck's up and running. Today I come out and I check the positive wire, farthest one to the left, 12.5 in the battery, 12.5 to that wire. So there's commands going to the alternator. The other two wires go back and talk to the computer, and the computer tells you, hey, we need some juice. Here's how you got to trick it. We're still at 14.16. All right, so this truck's been running for about 45 minutes now. I got no battery light. All the pressures are up, temps are up, fuel's going down. Look at that. She's drinking gas. So on the Remy website, I was watching their Ford charging system, 2-hour long video, and explaining it to techs how it works. If you just start the truck in the situation I had, okay, you can do the manual reset to tell the truck we got a new battery in it. So truck's off, put the key on, don't start it, flash your high beams 5 times, go down and step on the brake pedal 3 times. Check engine light should flash 3-4 times, start the truck, battery light's off, runs for about 4 or 5 minutes, battery light comes on, battery dies. I'm frustrated. Been fighting this for 6 months. It's driving me nuts. I talked to every mechanic I have, they can't figure it out. So I learned to deplug the Ford Smart Charging system. We went to 13.8, ran the truck for 3 days, just sitting here in the driveway. I didn't bear to go out on the road. And half hour, 45 minutes, it ran. No battery light, no nothing. So what the Remy guy said is you got to force a command. Now I did this and I didn't check it. So I don't know if it was required in defunct mode of 13.8, but he says to put a load on the system. And his recommendation was wipers on high speed for minimum of 8 seconds and high beams. So you start the truck, throw the wipers on. I even did a wash cycle, threw the high beams on. I went out there and I voltmetered the battery all day long. It was 13.8. Ran it for 3 days straight, no issues. Battery's got a good charge. So today I said, let's plug in the stupid wire. All right, so we're 45 minutes easily now. We're still at 14.16 coming off that alternator. I checked the positive side. I had the same voltage as the battery. Plugged it in. Came over here, threw my voltmeter on. I had 12, 12.5, 12.2, something like that. Went inside, started the truck. Instantly threw on the wipers on high speed, hit the wash cycle, threw the high beams on. By the time I walked over here, the battery was at 10.2. Then it went 11.11, 11.20, 11.40, 12, and then it got up to 14.16 about 45 minutes ago, and it's been holding that. I turned the wipers and high beams off after 10 minutes, and it's still holding at 14.16. So I threw a load on it. The computer recognized it, told the alternator to start charging. Otherwise, I revved it up to 2,000 RPMs. I don't remember if that was required, so I revved her up to about 2,000 RPMs and kept her going. To wrap this up, she's been idling for easily 25 minutes. The alternator's still throwing a charge at idle with nothing on, no commands. I got everything shut off. The radio shut off, the climate control, everything's shut off in this truck. And this is where the battery light would normally come on, and it would just kill it. It wouldn't charge. So I'm going to say this is a success. The real success will be come out tomorrow, start the truck, throw the wipers and high beams on, trick the charging system to go into charge again. Ford's going to do its 24-hour check the status of the battery. It should tell the system that it's got a good battery, so therefore it can accept the full charge. That's the whole thing, is tricking that stupid system. Otherwise, it doesn't allow a full charge. So I'm hoping after doing this for about a week, I could just basically start the truck and the computer will catch up. What a pain in the butt. Yeah, I get it. I understand why you do it, Ford. Otherwise, you're just going to cook the battery by sending too much voltage. But if you're not sending any voltage, you kill the battery. If it happens to you on the road, just unplug the smart system. It's three wires on a push-pull tab. Pull it out. Alternator automatically goes to a 13.8 default, and it'll get you home. Or it'll get you to work the next day until you can play with this. This was a 4 or 5 day playing around, and I'm still not positive, but I've got a good sign going on. And like I said, if you want to do the manual reset, turn the key, flash the high beams 5 times, hit the brake pedal 3 times, check engine light should flash 3 times, then you can start the car. And that tells it, I believe, to start relearning or there's a new battery. But I had no luck with that. It kept defunking to a no charge. But I unplugged the alternator. I had a 13.8. I knew the alternator was good. And then today I just did that. I threw a command on it with high-speed wipers and high beams, and she's been holding. So that's it. That's a success. This truck's got to been running for an hour now. Let's go check the, yeah, because it was like 135 miles to empty when I started. Now it's 128. Just idling. She likes gas. What do we got? 14.13. So, nope, back up to 14.17. So it jumps around a little bit. That's cool. I can actually probably put the air box back on now that I'm done screwing around with that. All right, so power steering fluid's done. Transfer case is done. Now I can do the radiator fluid since it's running. Oil's been done. Everything's been converted to AMSOIL. It had AMSOIL, but we're just doing it a flush. What I say? Transmission needs to be done. Front and rear pumpkin need to be done. And then start driving this bad boy. I got no air conditioning because it sat for a year. I think I got a leak. Got to run it to the AC shop. It's either a compressor or a hose or something, or a stupid cap right there is probably leaking. That's usually what it is, but I let them fix it. That's a success. Truck's been running for an hour. Wow, what a ride. I hope this helps somebody. See you guys. Thanks for watching.